circle. That's what this one had. Sometimes you don't. That's what we're going to get on our second one. So let's draw this first. We're going to go right and down. So I'm going to be in the fourth quadrant. And I'll try to get it, try to get it to scale a little bit here. So I'm going to get this guy going right there. I'm going right 12, down 5. So I'm going to draw this right triangle. And I'm going to go right 12, and I'm going down 5. First thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to find the magnitude of that vector before I talk about direction. So the magnitude is equal to the square root of a squared, which is 12 squared, plus b squared, so negative 5 squared. So that's going to equal the square root of 144, and then plus 25. Now you may already know the answer to this one if you know your Pythagorean triples. If you don't, that's fine. But this one, if you go 44, that's 54, 64, 69. So 169, which is 13. It's a 5, 12, 13 triangle. If you don't know that, that's fine. You can still do this. Now, to get the direction, and you have this now, we have to do a little bit of right triangle trig, which shouldn't be that big a deal. So here's what I know right now. I know that this is 240 degrees. Now, if I can just find this little guy right here, I'm going to, I should be able to find this last little chunk, because I need theta. Theta is going automatically from standard position, which is starting here on the positive x-axis and going in that counterclockwise direction. Right now, I know it's 240 plus something. I need to find that plus something. And the way I do it, as I just stated, is I need to find this missing angle. Let's say that missing angle was 10 degrees. Well, that would mean if this is 10, then this is 80, and I can go 240 plus 80. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I'm going to find that angle, and I'm going to do it by using your right triangle trig. So to do that, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to say, I want to use some positive numbers here. Actually, I'll use sine. Who cares? So I'm going to use sine. And the sine of my angle, I'll just call it x. This is the angle inside this triangle. Let's call that x right there. So that's going to equal opposite over hypotenuse, so negative 5 over 13. Now, in order to find my angle, we have to do the inverse. So I'm going to do the inverse sine of negative 5/13. That's going to equal x. And I'm just doing inverse trig. So this is where you need to make sure when you use your calculator on this, make sure that it is in degree mode. So when I'm doing my mode here, I'm in degree mode. Am I? I can't find it. You're probably laughing at me. There it is. Okay, I'm in degree mode. Okay, so as I'm doing this, you have your problem set up here. I'm doing the sine inverse of negative 5/13. So I'm going to plug that in, just like that into my calculator. So negative 5/13. So sine inverse of negative 5 divided by 13. And I get about negative 22.619. Now remember, with inverse trig functions, it gives you an answer from negative 90 to positive 90. Again, as far as I'm concerned, I'm good to go, because I know it's going down. It's just measuring down 22 degrees. So 22.6 degrees, it's just measuring it this way. So I'm fine. So it's going to be x is approximately 22.6 degrees. So if that is 22.6 degrees, then this guy is 90 minus 22.6 degrees. So I need that missing piece. So let me pull this up here. And let me go 90 minus 22.61984,948. I'll just use the whole thing. I'm going to subtract that and get 67.38 degrees. So here's your direction. I'm ready to do it now. The direction is equal to 240 plus 67.38. I'm going to add that to 240. and I get a direction that's equal to 307.38 degrees. So I now have my direction and I have my magnitude. So that is working with your trig form of vectors, finding horizontal, vertical components, and your magnitude and direction. So if you can master these concepts, then when we start doing the applications, it's just about understanding the situations we're going to be working with and not so much the math that we're going to be using. So for practice on these, you'll see the homework down here. It's still the blue book. We're just kind of working through that section. So we stopped at 25 last time. So we're going to keep working through the odds because you can check the odd answers as you go through. Make sure you're doing it right. So you're doing 27 through 31 odds, but then 35 through 40, I want you to do all of those because these are the trickier ones, and I want to make sure you're getting some practice with them. That's those last two that I did. So there's your homework. Go ahead and give that a shot, and I'll see you guys Wednesday or Thursday.